Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, a new open source community promoting data-driven insights in government. Two former government IT leaders share why they created the group Info to Insight. It's Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. One quick note before we get into today's episode. With the 4th of July holiday and many folks in the federal community taking time off, this will be our last episode for the week. But we made sure it's a long one, so you have plenty of time over the next few days, however you're celebrating, to soak up today's featured interview and everything on today's podcast. So enjoy. Here are today's top headlines. The Department of Commerce's Tech Hubs program, enabled by the CHIPS Act, will serve federal research goals in addition to boosting innovation and emerging technology work outside of major cities, senior Biden administration officials said on Monday. During a call announcing 12 new initiatives that would receive funding through the Tech Hubs effort, officials, in response to a Fed Scoop question, highlighted the importance of being able to manufacture technologies that would help fuel innovation and the country's overall economic competitiveness. The work on these initiatives from the federal government, which has now announced 31 tech hubs, is supported by the CHIPS and Science Act, the 2022 law that invested in U.S. research and development on semiconductors. Officials on the call noted that the technologies that the program will help support include the development of tools that could eventually be purchased by the federal government or otherwise have an interest in supporting. These key focus areas include technologies like uncrewed aerial systems, information technology, semiconductors, high-performance materials, and grid resilience systems. Those could eventually directly support federal organizations, the official said. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo said on the call with reporters that the U.S. has, quote, the best research institutions, the most talented workforce, the deepest capital markets, and some of the best entrepreneurs on the planet. But the reality is, right now in the U.S., the tech ecosystem is far too concentrated, adding that in the past 20 years, about 90% of new tech jobs created went to just 5 cities around the country. The most recent initiatives to receive grant funding through the program include the Elevate Quantum Tech Fund in Colorado and the Wisconsin BioHealth Tech Hub. In other news, the General Services Administration on Friday announced a request for proposals for its Alliant 3 Governmentwide Acquisition Contract, which for the first time in the history of Alliant contracts has no maximum dollar ceiling. GSA's new GWAC is a multiple award, indefinite delivery, and indefinite quantity contract tied to providing a broad range of IT-based service solutions and may include technology integration related to services being acquired, according to the request for proposals. Specifically, the GSA is looking to include every conceivable aspect of IT services, which includes artificial intelligence, biometrics, quantum computing, machine learning, cloud computing, and more. The RFP states that the agency will evaluate proposals from the highest total claim score to the lowest and will take the 76 highest scores to be the preliminary qualifying proposals. Each contract will be scored within elements including relevant experience with emerging technologies. This no-ceiling contract with a minimum contract guarantee of $2,500 follows the Alliant 2 GWAC, which had a $50 billion ceiling that was later raised to $75 billion to allow agencies to continue using the contract vehicle to purchase IT-related solutions as they await the launch of Alliant 3. FedScoop previously reported that because of the success of the Alliant 2 program, GSA considered moving forward with the next GWAC sooner than expected.